gonna do that. Kelly T's in the house. What's up, Kelly? What's happening? What's happening? All right. Brian, John Higgs, Phil Sifke. Did I say that right? Sifke. All right, I was close.
Hey, can you see me?
It's
Brian. I don't understand.
I'm kidding. We can see you, man.
You can because I'm not showing up on here, you know. I don't need to be seen.
Oh, you're not showing up?
Yeah, I don't see me showing up.
Well, you know what? That's a perfect topic for today. If you're not showing up, we can't see you. That's my topic for today. So I'm glad. Was that a set?
Brand new computer?
Hey, Brian, I didn't set that up, did I? I didn't tell you to say that, did I?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Just full transparency.
I can't follow directions anyway.
I know. That's right. All right, what's going on, everybody? I got a little video for you to play that kind of sets up why I'm saying what I'm saying today, and it's kind of saying it the same way, just in a different format. And we're going to be talking about. Let me just see here one sec. I'm live there. Chat is there. All right. Anybody have any wins to share before we get started? Before I start this amazing video.
I've got a win.
Dion, let's hear it.
I wish Jamie was on this call. Is he on this call?
He's not today. Not yet, no.
So the processors have been after me about doing something special and specifically for them in the self-paced level.
Okay.
And so I did, and I kind of did this pre-sale thing. And I know this is going to sound super negative, so please forgive me before I say it. I did it to kind of advertise it to get a buzz going. I never expected the fanfare, the amount of courses that I've sold. The course launches tomorrow. I've only done a pre-sale for about not 7 or 8 days, and I've sold over 20 of these courses.
And you know why?
I'm just, and it's crazy because I would have never put myself out there that before.
Okay. Why not?
But the fact that you're talking about what you're going to talk about today is exactly what it is, because I was just call myself trying to get interest. The fact that I already had that many people looking at me, I'm like, I didn't have to do a pre-sale. I could have got this done for full price. Full price.
You're giving value, I call it, yeah. So you know why you're winning, and you know why people are paying attention. One is you're being seen, which I'm going to talk about today, but two is you have a giving heart, and the stuff you put out is amazing. So thank you for that. All right, so let's start. I'm gonna go stop this, and I'm gonna go share screen. I want to get this on video. Where is it at? Oh, it's right there. There it is. Okay. So I need to share the stream. No. One second, guys. Having a little. Let's see. What is the going on here? Oh, there it is. Is that it? No. Window. All right. So this is it. Now, can you guys see Gary V there? Just a minute, you will. You see him? All right. This is kind of setting the stage for why I'm doing this class, because guys, I found a video from 9 years ago when he was talking about this. 9 years ago. Okay. This one was 6 months ago, so I found the latest and greatest, which I think is important. So let's just listen. I'm not gonna. It's not 49 minutes, but I'm just gonna let you listen to the first couple minutes. Okay. And before I do that, share sound. All right, here we go. All right, I'll stop right there. Does that make sense? I could probably just stop right there and call it good, right? But let me take this a step further. I'm gonna close that out, and I'm gonna share. Stop sharing, and I'm gonna share this. I'm actually getting organized, Phil. What do you think about that? Huh? What do you think about that? All right. So now you should be seeing my little PowerPoint here. So let's just do from the slideshow. All right, guys. So attention is the new currency. How long have we been saying this in different ways? If you show up for your database, if you show up for your agents, are you apt to get more opportunities or less opportunities? All right.
It's more.
More. Cool. Why loan officers winning today aren't better? They're just getting seen more. Okay. So the mortgage game changed. It's no longer about, and this changed a long time ago, but I'm just bringing it up because I think it's more important now because of AI. Like Gary's talking a lot about AI, and this hits home for me more so now than it did 9 years ago. 9 years ago, it was just video marketing was the only competition. Whoever did video was being seen more, putting themselves out there. They were more authentic, more raw, more visual. So it's no longer about the best rate. It's about who gets remembered first. You guys remember the reticular activator? If you're putting videos out there about like in reminding people who you are and what you do for a living, and they're not ready to buy a mortgage, they're most likely not going to see it. But when they're ready, they're going to hear it. Best rate does not always win. Most remembered usually does. I was talking to Ferris with Premier yesterday, and he's got a guy that's consistently making, and I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying he's making around 4 points on his government loans. Okay? That's where he's pricing them. So attention is a real asset. The loan officer who gets attention gets the conversation. Anybody disagree with that? The loan officer who gets the conversation gets the opportunity. Hey Phil, what's the percentage of if you answer the call or the first one to call back? I think it's over 50% of the time that person gets the deal. But there's no way to get the call if you're not being seen. So if you're not showing up, the loan officer who gets the opportunity gets paid. And I don't know the stats on this. I should have Googled it and put it in here. But the person who gets the conversation, I know as a real estate agent, I think the person that goes that gets the call, as a real estate agent, I think it's in the high 70 to 80% range that gets the deal. The first person to the listing presentation, the first person that the buyer calls, if they answer, if they call back. Some crazy stuff. Most loan officers are attention broke. They are great at loans, bad at visibility. Invisible loan officers do not get referrals. Invisible loan officers do not get calls. Invisible loan officers get beat by louder average people. Pretty simple stuff. Your database is not dead. Anybody get any refis this week? Just making phone calls? I was talking to a guy yesterday. Hey, John Hinks, we had that call with that guy. What he pull out? 3 refis yesterday, making calls? 3 refis. Just, I don't even know how many calls. Like, Eileen, you got a refi? Why are people refiing with these rates? Why are they doing that?
He even added on it. He even added on it that about 40% of his business right now is just calling his database for refis, and this cat's doing $2.5-3 million a month right now.
Did you guys hear that? So,
I'm just offering them anything. Like if it's an equity line, you don't know what people's are going through. Like a lot of people think, oh, I'm not going to call them because they have a 3%. I have an equity line going on right now for a customer that has a 3%, but she has over $400,000 in equity.
Easy, too easy, right?
They close in less than 5 days.
Yeah. Thank you for
I
sharing.
dig into databases on a normal basis, and I found one person that has a refi penetration of about 80% of his business right now.
Wow.
In the last 12 months.
Wow. Is Reggie here? Reggie, you here? No, he's not here. All right. So we talked to Reggie yesterday. I talked to Reggie. He says, I showed 2 agents. Remember this, John? I showed 2 agents the basics of Covey. He said he showed them Covey. And this is his words. He said, I showed 2 agents Covey, and just to call the contacts on their phone and say hello. He shared the moments of gratitude video. He shared, like, if you just remind people who you are and what you do for a living, you'll have opportunities. They said, I won't say any names. I've been coached by one of the biggest real estate companies in the world, and this is the best that I've ever heard. I mean, it's so basic. It's not even funny, right? So attention compounds. One post gets seen, 100 posts. And here's the thing, people, and here's what hurts my heart. You guys do a video and you get no likes or no comments, but you get a ton of views. Or you only get a couple views, but those views are views that compound. So tomorrow might be one more view. The next day might be one more view. Or the view that you get might be the person that needs your services, that are friends with you on Facebook, that didn't even remember you were a mortgage professional. One call starts a relationship. 100 calls builds market share. One event, I love this one. One event gets attention, of course. 12 events builds market ownership. Let that sink in for a second. Who's doing events once a month, once a week? Anybody? Sean Kaplan, what's he doing? You guys remember what Sean's doing? Closes 10, 12 million a month. He's doing 8 a month. Think he has market share? Visibility before credibility. Nobody trusts who they never see. First, they notice you. Then they remember you. Then they trust you. Then they call you. How many people received a referral from a past client or a real estate agent? Why did you get that referral?
From my CRM, and from they constantly are seeing my name and getting information from me, whether they read it or not, whether it goes in the trash, they still see my name. And then when they do, like you're saying, when they do need a loan, they're thinking, who should I call? Oh, Kathleen.
Yeah.
But I did get this week 2 past client referrals. And the nice thing is they're both private sales. So there's no realtors involved.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Congratulations. So you had a past client refer you if one of their friends.
Yep.
They're buying a house with somebody on a for sale by owner or whatever.
Yep.
And so are you, so, I mean, think about that. So we haven't even talked about that.
Right. That's a whole other.
That's a whole nother.
Oh, you get, we love realtors.
Of course. Yeah.
But like, it's nice to have a break, and and to see that your CRM really is the gold mine. I mean, I believe it takes years and doing it, but then it pays off. And I'm seeing that the fruits of my labor from using a CRM and, making sure that everyone's feeling loved.
Yeah.
Then they remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about this, Kathleen. I don't think it takes, yes, I agree with you. It takes time if you're consistent with it and you're continually staying in front of people, it like, we get like, man, what's going on with my database? Nothing's happening. Well, it's not just your database. So if it was me, I would call and not go after them, but hey, who do you know?
Who do you know?
Right? Because if
I'll be like transparent. At the beginning, I didn't see, I didn't understand the value of the CRM,
Yeah.
and now I try to impress that upon anybody that's new. Like, that's your thing you want to set up first
and keep it.
And
Make sure it's your own.
be consistent.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Build it.
Good stuff. So who would agree with this? You're not losing because of rates. You're losing because nobody is thinking about you when the opportunity happens. Kathleen, if you weren't using your CRM and putting yourself in front of people so they could see you, those people in your database would have never referred you those people. There's just no way. You wouldn't have had a chance. That is an attention problem, not a mortgage problem.
Every conversation I've had in the last 2 months with loan officers, like even a competitor of mine in my local market. So I've always been a big believer that your referral partners are your friends, right? So I texted them the question and I said, hey man, are your referral partners, your real estate agents that you work with, would you consider them friends, right? This guy does 75 million here locally in Columbia where I live. He's someone I actually admire and respect. He's very driven. He does things a little different than I do, but I like to just go back and forth with him. We pick each other's brains. So he said to me, he says, absolutely. And I said, wow, you must have a ton of friends then. How do you do that? And he says, actually, no, I don't. I only really have a handful of referral partners that are real estate agents that I dig deep into the relationship. Every once in a while, I'll have like an agent that they might refer to come and use me. But I only really have 8 or 9 really close referral partners or real estate agents that I work with. And I just followed it up and I said, yeah, it's really hard to be authentic when you're friends with 50 different people. And he says, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Right.
Yep.
So if you look on my numbers and so forth, you'll see that the 8 people that send me business, they send me business like 5 or 6 times a year and it's repeat. And I said, okay, well, where's the rest of your business come from? He's like, bro, I am on the phone and all I do is call my database. So that's all I do. And I mean, and we talked to a fellow yesterday that does that. And I mean, there's so much to that to teach. Because we're so focused on like how do we attract agents or how do we chase agents, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's right there in front of us. It's like right there in front of us. Your business is already in front of you, you know, and if you just pick that time during the week, block it, protect it with every grain of your heart, right, you're going to see a major increase.
Major. Without even working. I mean, like the Darren.
I mean, you're calling people you already know.
The green zone, man. Gratitude calls.
Yeah.
We'll triple your business.
Hey, Scott, can I chime in for 1 second?
Sure.
There's that young lady was talking about like getting her database and reminding them and talking to them and like seeding it. It's really what it's called when you're doing it over time. Probably one of the best like neurolinguistic language patterns I ever learned was my coach ingraining in my head. It's called an embedded command right before you hang up the phone. Hey, Scott, obviously realize if you hear of anybody looking for my help, please do me a favor, just call me immediately. And those 3 words, call me immediately, if you pause before and pause after and end every single conversation with call me immediately, what you're doing is you're subliminally programming them to call you. They don't hear anything else except call me immediately, call me immediately.
Yeah.
So that, and then now when you're calling, you're calling John back, and you're like, hey, how you doing? Is there anybody you've spoken to? Or how can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. It's an agreement. It's like kind of like Pavlov's dog. You're really doing it subliminally. They don't even know it.
They don't even know it.
And they're like, oh, I got to call Sean immediately. He can help you.
That's the psychology piece of the whole thing. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, I saw, Reggie, you here, man? Reggie Ross.
Can you hear me?
I got you, man. I was talking about you, how you helped those 2 agents. Was it 1 or 2 agents that you were talking about?
On yesterday? Oh, yeah, 2 agents. There's 2 agents that I helped.
And you showed them some basic stuff, how to pull contacts out of their phone or something, and they were like blown away?
I did. Yeah, I showed them how to use Clovey and go into their contacts and find, they were struggling for business. So, and I used, hey, go into your phone. We actually have business in your phone. And if you just go in and take a look at the number of contacts you have with those people, you'll start seeing results. They start doing the gratitude videos, all that good stuff. And they're really excited about the momentum that they're building.
Crazy, right? Just by having simple conversations, man. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. You're not losing because of rates. You're losing because nobody is thinking about you when the opportunity. I already showed that. So how loan officers win attention? Consistency, right? We talked about that, Kathleen. Consistency, relevance, energy. How do you answer the phone? Are you tied up 16 things going and 7,000 tabs open and you're like, I'm tired, I'm burnt out. And then you show it? You think someone wants to work with somebody with energy or someone that just doesn't? You could tell on the hello that they just don't give a crap. we us being in sales, it's just, I call the guy that replaces screens on the pool cage, you know, and he answered the phone, hello, like it was like a deep hello. I'm like, is this the name of the company? And he goes, yeah. And I literally, I mean, sometimes can't, you know how you say something like, God, I wish I could take that back. I'm like, man, I just can't believe you answered the phone like that. Like, you know, I'm like, okay. And then there's frequency. Cause here's the consistency and the frequency part. When John said the guy's like working his database hard, right? Working his database hard. It's not that he's going to get a deal that day, but the more he does it, the more chance he's going to have when they do think about buying, selling, or investing, or a HELOC or whatever. And then the visibility piece, if you're showing up and putting stuff out there about who, and John, you explained this so elegantly. John gave me a crash course yesterday on the cageless. And I loved how you shared the colors and how you turned the one into a teal, which can you just explain that briefly? Because I think that was really cool, like to stay in your zone and do you, be you.
Yeah. So, you know, cageless, it's really about like finding what you love, what you're good at, what deepens and creates relationships. That's it. It's all that's the three things. And so that's the blueprint to your success for finding those three things. So the workshop is we dig deep into what those three
Even
things
ate that my plummet tonight.
You know, so then what we do is we have something that we block off in our schedule, because we should all be big believers in personal time. Right? That's the most important part of it. That's our piece. That's where we, you know, how many times we wake up every day, man, I wish I had an hour to exercise or had an hour to do yoga or whatever it is that you want to do that refreshes your brain, because we got to refresh, right? Mm-hmm. So that hour or 2 hours, 3 hours for me is so protected. Unfortunately, mine's in the morning, but you know, but it's so protected that, you know, you have to, you know, but that's what you're doing, right? So that personal time, you're usually going to do something you love doing, right? Well, the key to that type of success is and that would be your blue time, right? You block out that blue time. And then the green time is your cageless time, where you're doing those three things. The key is to try to mix the two together. So say your recharge is playing golf. Well, how do you incorporate golf into your green time? Well, that's easy. Invite some people that might have an influence in your business and go golf for those 3 hours, or whatever it is might be. You know, we had one where we had a lady, she was like, well, my love is dogs and my recharge time is hanging out with my dogs. Well, she started a dog training club and she invited all her realtors.
Oh my God.
She found out that half her damn realtors love dogs, and they have all those little cute dogs and everything. So she just kind of came up with this idea, and she was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to host a dog training class every other week, and then we're going to hold it at this park, and would love for you to come. And next thing you know, she's got like 5-6 agents in front of her, all bringing their dogs, and they're all doing something they love doing together. That's her teal time. Teal time. She's doing what she loves and incorporating with how to create more relationships. So
too easy.
That's a special thing when you can figure that out. When you get to that part,
you're done.
When you are really living the best business life you possibly can. Today, I get to go do what I love doing, and I get to grow relationships at the same time.
Too good. And then the visibility piece, Phil. Like Phil called me and he's like, dude, man, this is so right up my alley. Like being seen is what I do. And I'm like, amen, man. He's like, when you show up, how do you show up? Do you show up as a junior LO? And if you're a junior LO, you're a junior LO. But can you, like, if you're an experienced, successful LO, how are you showing up? Right? Phil, do you want to touch on that for a second? I think that's a big deal.
Well, I mean, just real quick is take a look at your Facebook profile. Take a look at your LinkedIn profile. Do you look like a tenured, seasoned mortgage loan officer, senior loan officer that's been doing this for years? Or do you have a presence that says, hey, I just started in the mortgage business, please work with me? You know, if you're anticipating that you're trying to get into a high net worth or ultra high net worth market, you know, on a consistent basis, rather than just one happen to fall in your lap periodically once or twice a year, or worse, once every other year, you know, how are they going to judge that you have the experience and the knowledge necessary to support their needs for that size of a loan if you look just like you're getting started?
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Lynn said our messaging should be so consistent that our clients should never know if we're having a good or bad day. Easy stuff, right? Attention first, trust second, deals third. If you go for deals right off the bat, they don't know you, could lose them to someone that does know them that just wasn't there at that exact time. This is the new mortgage funnel. Attention gets the eyeballs. Trust gets the call. And if you take the teal time, if you find a way to get the teal, execution gets the deal. Like just having fun gets the deal. All right. How to become impossible to ignore? Got to show up. Say something useful. Be seen often. What Phil, you were saying that Gary Vee, like he's like do 1,000 reels a month. Like literally, he didn't say that he doesn't say don't do too much. He says do as many as you can.
Yeah, they were talking about the algorithms and how they view it and everything like that. And you know, somebody was worried about saturation, and he says, no, man. He says the only way you're going to get attention, he says, do 3, 4, 5 videos a day if you can.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about instead of picking up the phone, if you do it on, you know, Facebook Reels, if you do it on YouTube, you know, Shorts and things like that, how many more people get it? Because the problem that we have is we're so used, especially those of us who have been doing this for a while from pre-internet and everything else, we're so used to networking at arm's reach that we never get beyond arm's reach because we don't understand that concept. And that's one advantage that these junior LOs have when they're 100% internet born is they understand digital and they understand what that does for them. You know, the more you get your face online, you know, I did a reel I went to karaoke a couple weeks ago, and there was a kid that got up and sang karaoke, 6 or 7 year old to sing karaoke. And I did that as a Facebook reel. I got over 15,000 views from a kid singing karaoke.
Oh my gosh. I was just going to ask you that. I have a question about that. So I did one of my kids goes to school in Virginia. So my husband and I are nuts and we drive down and we're in New Hampshire. It's a 9.5 hour drive and we do it all the time because we just love to go to visit him. He plays lacrosse. So we're driving and it was this thickest fog you've ever seen. And so it was dark and we couldn't see, like, it was just, we were like, oh my God, like you can't see 2 feet in front of you. So anyway, I started recording it. And I made a reel or a story, and I put something like about how great my husband is that, you know, he's driving in this and blah, blah, whatever. And it got like almost 8,000 views. I've never had anything. And I'm just like, and none of it was not my followers. Like obviously I don't have that many followers, but like you were just saying, it's just funny what, you know, catches. And I'm so fascinated by how that works. I want to recreate, you know, I want to keep doing it over and over again.
Right.
Kathleen, what you'll also see is now you had, you know, so many people, 8,000 people view that. You're going to end up picking inherently, you know, 3 or 4 people are just all going to all of a sudden send out a friend request. You know, people that you haven't even talked to before because of that.
And that has been happening.
Right. So today's currency is content. Today's currency is content. The more content that you can produce, the more currency, the more authority you're going to have. And that's what it is. And I'm as bad about it as you guys are. I'm in the content business.
Yeah, right.
What does that tell you?
Right. That's funny. All right. So any questions about today? I think it's like, it's almost like, I don't want to say it's easy because it's not. Putting yourself out there. But the one thing I always say is the day you stop worrying about what other people think of you is the day you start living. And not only that, the day, I'm going to add to it, the day you start being seen. Because now you're not scared about what other people are going to think, or you're not scared about, I'm not going to get any views or likes or comments. Like Kathleen, think about if you had just did the video and not post it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. That's a Craig. What you got, bud?
I just say the whole thing is to be very consistent with it.
Yeah.
I do a lot of email marketing through video, but the minute you take your foot off the throttle, then that's when things slow down. It's kind of like driving or riding a bicycle uphill. As long as you're pedaling going uphill, you're fine. But once you take your foot off the pedal going uphill, then it takes a lot of energy to get it going. You already got the momentum going on. So if you can just be consistent, it doesn't have to be something cute and crazy, just as long as you're consistent.
Yeah.
And they'll be expecting the content and you'll be fine. It takes a while to do it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is it's relatable, and I think that's why that video. I asked Brad because I said why. He's like, in Brad fashion, I don't know, they just effing like fog. People, they want to see videos of fog. But I will add one more thing. So I am, I'm a student of Brad, so I'm learning so much about all this stuff. And I created an on-demand webinar, and I launched it last week.
Nice.
Last week.
Okay.
I've already had 2 appointments and 1 application from a viable, and I expect to get a lot of junk from it too. But as soon as I launch that thing, like I have like a, what do you call it, like a funnel or workflow, so I can see who registers for it. And I've already had over a dozen people. So
that registered.
I need to make more. I need to have like 2 or 3 other webinars running at the same time.
Or go deeper with the one you have, so more people see it.
Yes. Yep.
Right. I mean, yeah.
I did the ugly ad.
Yep. Yeah. The one where you don't want any clicks, you just want people to see it.
Yeah. So it's very exciting.
Very cool.
And I've been doing a lot of this stuff for a while, not a ton, but I've been doing it. And like, it's all about awareness too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have that mindset that like, oh, I'm going to get a deal because I posted about, an FHA loan or whatever. You're not.
Yeah.
It's being consistent and providing something that's relevant.
Yeah. Good stuff. Hey, if anybody, I've been getting a lot of, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Scotty. I was just going to tail on top of that. It's like, if that's your intention, if you go out there thinking, I need to get a loan, you're going to have commission breath, and it's going to come through in that entire, everything you say. And people, if anything, is going to have that magnetic effect where people are going to, 2 magnets together, they're going to run from you.
Telling the universe that, no, you're coming from a place of scarcity, and it's
nobody wants to be sold, right? Nobody wants to be sold.
Well, no, I just adopt what Scotty says, right? Just give it away, give everything away, and it'll come back to you. And if you intentionally from your heart do that, it really does work.
It
really does work.
You build a relationship instead of a transaction. You turn a transaction into a relationship is really what it is. And we've been transactional for 20 years. Truly transactional for 20 years. With AI, with the advent of AI, if we're not relationship based, we're done because they're going to win the transactions. Right. So I've been having a lot of calls with a lot of people about the CE instructor school with Preferred Education. I put my link in there. So it's John and I have put this thing on steroids. Like Lynn, I haven't even told you what what we're doing with Cageless. You guys know he's the new Mortgage Con Mini. So
needs to come up to see the Yanks.
The Yanks. All right, we're going to the Yankees game, John. See how easy it is to get invited. See how easy that is to get invited.
Yeah, sure.
John, you got to come west. Come on.
Got to come west. Okay. See, look, John, we're getting invites right now. See how that works. So if anybody has any questions about that, John and I are putting something together that like we literally I don't know, we're like giddy. We're like little kids in a candy store. Like
that Cageless website is awesome.
It's sick, man. It's sick. So John's waiting for his instructor license. So I called the state of South Carolina, man. I'm like, come on, man, get John in there, let him go, cut the cord. cut the parachute. So if anybody has any questions about that, go ahead and jump on. We'll talk about it. And then or I'll just give you the intro, or I'll make the introduction to Ryan. You guys can go to the site, preferrededucation.com. We're taking the CE classes and we're sprinkling in some really cool stuff. And so you guys know, I'm excited. They're going to take Agent AI Fuel and write a instructor piece for one of the AI classes that they have, so that you can use it as a carrot. It's not really a carrot, for an education piece while you're doing the CE class. Cause I've always thought the CE classes are boring and kind of mundane and like, bleh, like, they got to know the stuff, but how do we take the stuff that's in the course and really truly teach them, instead of just get them to listen and get their hours? Like, to truly help them. Like somebody talked about the verbiage that takes place between a real estate agent and Zeddy said it last week. She's like, there's these terms that you guys use. Most agents don't even know what you're talking about. Seller max concessions. What does that mean? And how much is it? And which type of loan and all this stuff. So inside of Agent AI Fuel, I put every single verbiage. There's 60 of them. Didn't know this, 60 different verbiages inside of Agent AI Fuel that now we can sprinkle into that piece of the mortgage process when we're doing the CE course. So now they're going to something that we have available to them after the CE that can help them stay educated and actually learn, instead of just like put their hours in, if you will. So pretty excited about that. And then you tie Cageless into it, you tie Zeddy into it. Like, there's just so many cool things we're doing. So more than happy to talk with you guys.
This guy, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
So we call him to get certified to teach.
Yeah. So it's a turnkey system. So what you do is you fill out one page. Like once you pay and you sign up, you fill out a 1-page application, and then you give them a resume, and then like you sit back and, all right, we're going to submit your application to the state, whatever state you want, 2 states, whatever. John's doing 3. And then you just sit back and wait for the state to approve it. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to get approved. And then once you're done, you have a 15-minute call with Jamison, who's the creator of the back end and all the system. And then you're off. You can do virtual or in person. Then you literally, it has the whole platform. I can show you guys if you want. I got a couple. You guys want to see it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me just end this.